can get so close to something, feel so close to someone, you can almost touch it, feel it, wrap your arms around it. But there's just some things that you just can't.
Yeah.
You can't, it could be that relationship, that woman that you're flirting with, it could be your best friend's wife, best friends out there. I'm not talking from experience here. I'm just saying that could be the best friend's wife. And, as close as you get to her and it makes you feel wonderful and you smell her hair, and, the perfume wafts, underneath your nose and all like that. And it's just, you're so close and you can't touch her. You can't touch it. You can't touch it. So yeah. I mean, MC Hammer.
Sage words.
It's showtime, folks.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Into. Actually, you kind of you almost did like one of the what was that? Where they did the videotape and they watched it on TV, and then the girl came and killed them. What was that movie from like 20 years ago? And they would put a video in, and then they would see it, and then they would die.
Is it The Ring?
The Ring. And how she would be coming at someone, and you see her there, and all of a sudden it'll be here. That's what you just did. You scared the shit out of me. Your face was here, and then you went, and all of a sudden I was like,
wait till I start coming through your computer, man.
The hair all dripping wet. All right, here we go. One more time. I'm tired too, man. I really am. Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Into the Music. Come on in. I think I have a great song for everyone. Well, I mean, you know it by now. I just saw the whole song title thing like that. So, but Andy doesn't know. Actually, Andy does know. Andy, this is the song that I told you I'm gonna get. Well, I told you the band name. Buzzcocks.
Didn't tell me. I don't think you told me the song. If you
I
did, I
tell
don't
you the
recollect
song.
it. I know I'm not forgetting Buzzcocks, so I know I'm listening to Buzzcocks. But what's the tune by them?
Why can't I touch it?
There's a myriad reasons why you can't. But okay,
I want to know. You don't want to know. Yes, I do.
Now it's kind of loaded, right? Because like everything I just learned about Peter
I
Shelley.
hope it's not loaded.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not touching it now.
Yeah. Well, you started this, sir.
That ship sailed, sir.
Yeah. But now I'm curious, like, oh God, does this also have a double meaning like the last song? And why can't I touch it?
Why can't I touch it? It could.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
either way,
something...
I love the last song, and I loved the all the information behind it. It was beautiful in retrospect. So I'm kind of interested to see. Now this isn't a band, right? This is unlike the Peter Shelley stuff. Buzzcocks is like a collective of guys under the name, right?
This is a band, man. This is a true band, punk band. I mean, not punk like Sid Vicious and the Sex Pistols, but at least, so who knows? They may have stuff that I don't know that sound like that. But you know what? Go check this out and come on back and let me know what you think.
Cool. Will do. I'm already feeling this groove. This is nice.
Real. really love how the what the verses are and what the choruses are kind of separate themselves, and it kind of opens up a little bit in the chorus. And it's a good like line of delineation in the musicality from one part of the song to the other. So hats off to these guys. This is good stuff. Okay, I really like these guitar parts they're adding on here. It's almost like ambient kind of little bits they're adding with the guitar work. And I'm just kind of impressed by this, I think, because it's kind of bucked my expectations. And I wasn't expecting anything bad, it just wasn't expecting this necessarily. And it's a welcome surprise. I just love how the guitars are panning back and forth from one speaker to the next. It adds, from like a production choice, it adds a lot to the song, or sort of these little curveballs they keep throwing you. Particularly with how the guitars are produced in this song. That's something that's definitely standing out to me at this point. All right, good stuff, Buzzcocks. Nice drum fills too. Nice drum fills. Wow. Just in the nick of time there. Yeah, that was a real surprise. I was expecting something far more in your face punk, and that was, dare I say, a bit of a groove rider. Um, and I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna want to know when this came out. It's interesting. I mean, I'm looking at this visual. It's kind of hard to start not to start coming up with ideas as to when this came out. Um, and I'm sure Greg will tell me. But this sounded, I don't know, like kind of like it could come out at any time and still be relevant and good. Yeah, let's chop this up with Greg.
Yeah.
I couldn't, but I couldn't give it away because you're gonna probably come and say, is this really punk?
Yeah, yeah.
Because there's nothing like really in his voice. I mean, he's got that Pete Shelley kind of punkish, sort of high pitched voice that kind of comes out. You get a little bit of that if you now think about Homo sapien, but the music itself and like that, I don't know, right? It's not really punk, but they have that history, it's that foundation. And I think everything
Okay.
from there, just, they kind of evolved. And so there you go.
Fair.
And
Because
then
this
I want to
definitely
say that.
didn't. Yeah. And it's not even really you were like not the Sex Pistols, so I should have reined in my expectations, but I just heard punk and was like,
What Dead
ready for,
Kennedys
like,
and things. Yeah, this is
three
more,
chords distorted in your face really fast, and that's not what this was. I was pleasantly surprised by that.
the bass.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I've heard about this bass you speak of. Yeah, loved the groovy bass line. That was obviously, being a bass player, that like captivated me from jump, and that's the part that hooked me. I think I may have gotten to like tops 11-second marker, and I had to hit pause. Like, yep, no, I'm gonna like this.
Cool.
So listen to that. Really, once I got beyond the bass line, I really enjoyed his voice in this song. It wasn't like operatic or trained vocalist or any of that, but it was just good for this music. Like, this genre of music requires a voice like that. So I really dug that. Especially in the, like, and this made me think of you because you're the descending artist. Like, you love dissension in music. Like, and that chorus is like like clearly a descending notation is going on there. So I was like, oh, that's why this checked one of Greg's boxes. But his voice, I think, sounded the best during that part.
No.
And speaking of the chorus, I loved how, like, when the chorus came, it kind of opened up a little bit, because the verses are so set by that groove that when you had this, it's like the song's taking a breath every time the chorus comes around. It's a lovely change of pace from another part that's already really good in the verse, but you need some variation. Then after that, the thing that became my new muse in this song was the guitar work and the production choices surrounding the guitar work. So all the bouncing back and forth, this playful little thing in one ear, playful little thing in another.
Yeah.
It's as if they're talking to each other, or like, sometimes it's like they're communicating, other times it's almost like they're battling. It all depends on how what they're doing at that time. Like, if it's harder, then it's more like argumentative. But then there's this other part where it's like light and fun, and it's almost like they're talking to each other or sharing laughs.
Or like volley. This gets volleyed up here, and then this one just back. It's like
it's this lovely call and response, amicable sound. But then there are other parts where it's like a little bit more terse in its delivery. But a lot of fun. Definitely, really, really liked the song. But I mean, I obviously got clearly the title of the song is used throughout it in its lyrics, but again, I didn't fully wrap my head around it. So
it might just be, I just think it's, you can get so close to something, feel so close to someone, you can almost touch it, feel it, wrap your arms around it, but there's just some things that you just can't.
Yeah.
You can't, it could be that relationship, that woman that you're flirting with, it could be your best friend's wife, best friends out there. I'm not talking from experience here. I'm just saying that could be the best friend's wife. And, as close as you get to her, and it makes you feel wonderful, and you smell her hair, and, the perfume wafts, underneath your nose and all like that. And it's just, you're so close and you can't touch her. You can't touch it. You can't touch it. So yeah. I mean, MC Hammer.
Sage words.
He was a poet. He said, you can't touch this. He's
Maximus Charles Hammer. MC Hammer.
Actually, wasn't he a co-owner at one point with Charles Finley of the Oakland A's? I think so.
Oh, probably. I mean, he made a lot of money, and I know that he was a big Oakland A's fan.
Yeah.
I think he was definitely from that area. So
yeah,
makes sense. Interesting.
Yeah. But anyway, pull back. I know I kind of like digress big time. But yeah. So I just love that. And it doesn't have to. You don't have to have deep meaning like William Buckley. Like, oh, I wonder what he meant.
Yeah, I know, but
I can't touch it.
It's one of those things where expectations are a son of a bitch. Because like not only did expectations get me when I walked into this thinking that it was punk, when maybe they are, but this wasn't as punkish to me. But also we just listened to his solo stuff, and there is all this, poetic, all these excellent literary mechanisms that he used in that prior song that I was like, okay, this is how he writes his lyrics. This one, maybe, still sweet sentiment and something that you can relate to, but not as perhaps as clever because of what he had to do and the tightrope he had to walk when he wrote the solo song. So regardless of that, I liked it a lot. Loved the groove rider nature of it all. Like it wasn't frenetic, punky, like da 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 da. It was just like this, like chill, relaxed. Once that bass came in, I was just like, you got me, man.
The music's the hero,
Yeah.
The lyrics,
and he sings really well. Like I said, that chorus, love his descending voice with the descending music. It's just, man, that groove is good. Good.
His voice and the words he's singing, it's like curtains to an most amazing, beautiful room.
Yeah.
That is, with gold and chairs and, I'm describing Trump's room, but it's like,
I was just thinking it was penthouse. Oh my God. When you said gold, I was like, this
one. How did Trump get into Buzzcocks?
Get out of my head. Get out of my head.
Talk about touching it.
Yeah, for real.
He actually he would just go and just grab it, I can feel it. I can sense it. I'm going for it.
It was the greatest touch.
It was the greatest.
I have the best touches.
I got 5,000 people right now saying, I'm out of here. Put up that man's name.
Oh my, but no, bringing the trade back on track here. This is a really good song. What's the disparity in time between when this song came out and when the later solo stuff that you had me listen to came out?
That's a really good question. I don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
But let me give you a little bit of information. 78. So 3 years earlier than.
Oh wow, it was only 3 years. Okay.
But so there's this website called D-Brad Music, and so I think it's this someone who loves music and loves movies and talks about how there's some great songs in movies, and so there's this movie here, and it's called 20th Century Woman. I don't know if you saw that movie. And so this writer is saying the whole soundtrack is excellent, but I am eternally grateful for one inclusion in particular. As the end credits rolled, one of the catchiest songs I had ever heard started to play. What is this? I thought. It had a sense of swagger that I hadn't really encountered in punk music before. Punk comes in all shapes and sizes. The movie addresses this, right? How art punk kids who like Talking Heads were at odds with the more aggressive punks who into Black Flag and so on and so forth. And mentions The Clash and Gang of Four and Dead Kennedys and all that. But this song was different, this person goes on to write. It was self-assured, comfortable in its skin. The bass line, oh man, that bass line, actually writes that, is the song's anchor, joining forces with the funky drums to settle into an unshakable groove. That's not to say it doesn't have that restless quality that binds all punk together, especially with those ringing stabs of guitar. But the underlying groove gives the song a sense of laid back coolness and poise. It's a perfect song for strutting. It turns out that song that I was hearing was Why Can't I Touch It, a 1978 single by power pop punk pioneers, Buzzcocks. Yeah, so, and just really quickly about the Buzzcocks, and they formed in 76. And so their first run as a band, 76 to 81, and then 89 to present. They're still a present day band. However, Pete Shelley passed away in 2018.
Oh.
Yeah. And so this guy, Devoto, and I believe Howard Devoto and Shelley, they were the founding members of the band. He was the one I had mentioned, I think, in the other song, Homo Sapien, where he left before Shelley went on with the solo career. But they chose the name Buzzcocks after reading the headline, I guess the newspaper or something like that. It's the Buzzcock in a review of the TV series Rock Follies in Time Out magazine. Oh, okay, that's where they read that. The buzz is the excitement of playing on stage. Cock is Northern English. I don't know why I emphasized that.
You really leaned in. You really leaned into that. You're like, cock.
And the camera show.
Thought it hit me in the face.
Hey, I mean, that's like, I mean, what's worse is like John blowing smoke in my face. Did you see that one?
No, I don't think I did.
Did I drop that yet? I don't know.
Maybe
But he's
not,
blowing
but now I
smoke in
got
my
something to look
face.
for.
And cock is Northern English slang meaning friend. So they thought it captured the excitement of the punk scene, as well as having humorous sexual connotations following Pete Shelley's time working in a Bolton adult shop. Wow, I didn't know that. And yeah, so actually they are identified as punk rock, power pop, and pop punk. Punk.
Wow.
So yeah, there's some great songs. I really do like Buzzcocks a lot, and I like Shelley's solo stuff too. And I'm gonna feed you some more stuff. So I really hope that a lot of people catch wind of this reaction, and the Homo Sapien one too. And we see how many Buzzcock and Pete Shelley fans are attached to this channel. That'd be pretty cool. So, sir, you take care. Thank you. I'm so glad you liked the song, right? I mean, it was good. It was thumbs up, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm kind of intrigued just by this Pete Shelley character. So I'm gonna want to learn more about him and hear more of his or their stuff.
Right. With no relation to Mary Shelley, right? We got
that. Got that.
And we'll see everyone. Oh, hit like, subscribe. We'll do all that stuff, and we'll see all of you on the next episode of Into the Music.